This is my 5th video, and today I'm going to show you how I do my puffs. This is the finished look. So my camera bugged out a few days ago, so I've had to resort to using the webcam. So excuse the lighting if it's a bit bad and also the angles. I'm going to try and show you exactly what I do and turn around as well. But if there's anything that's too unclear, just drop me a line on my blog or even just the comments box below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Okay, here we go. Today is Monday and yesterday was my wash day. So what I usually do on my wash day is I wash with either a conditioner, which you call co-washing, or a shampoo. So yesterday I washed my hair with a shampoo and then deep condition it for about an hour. I don't blow dry my hair. I usually only maybe blow dry my hair once every 3 or 4 months. So I let it air dry, well, let it towel dry first and then air dry maybe about 50%, and then I spritz my leave-in conditioner, my daily spritz, and then after that I started to braid my hair. So as you could see, usually after wash day I have more of these chunky braids in my hair because it takes quite a while. Well, it actually shrinks a lot, I mean. So when I wash my hair, it does shrink quite a bit, so I usually have to do more of these chunky braids just to help it stretch out. So I'm gonna start undoing my braids now. Okay, so now I have unbraided my hair. I'm going to put a bit of zesty lemon butter onto my fingers and start rubbing that in. So as maybe you might not be able to see it, but I can feel that my hair, compared to the days before wash day, it's much drier. Not that it's dry completely, but you could just sort of feel that it's a bit stiffer. So that's why usually on Monday mornings I try and do a little puff just to help it sort of stretch a bit more than it already has been, because it takes a little while to sort of soften up. So I'm just going to work that into my hair. And usually on Mondays I put a little bit more butter onto my hair and my scalp just to, again, help it soften up a bit more. So stretch it out. So I do as much stretching out, or separating rather, with my fingers before running my comb through. Okay. So now I feel that it's sort of separated out enough so I can sort of very gently and very, well, I'm not sure of the right word, gently and not thoroughly comb, because I don't thoroughly comb my hair. So I use this wide tooth comb and just, as usual, just sort of lightly comb the bottom bits. So depending on your hair and your texture, this could be either a really sort of easy job or it might just take a bit longer to do. And the reason why I don't comb my hair through all the way is because I still like to keep a bit of texture. And combing the hair all the way through, at least for me and my hair type, it sort of loses the curliness, the waviness that I've sort of created with my chunky braids overnight. So sometimes if I want that full sort of blown out kind of afro look, then I'll comb it completely. But I hardly do that anyways, so this is what I usually do. Make sure to get the middle bit a bit. And again, just gently. This doesn't hurt my hair at all. Well, at least doesn't hurt me. I don't feel like it hurts my hair. My hair doesn't break when I do this because I've already put some spritz in, so it's not 100% dry. It's just slightly damp, but not too much so that my hair starts shrinking back. Okay, so now I've got this. I'm gonna put a bit more zesty lemon onto my hands and rub that through my hair. Fluff it up a bit. Make sure most of the clumps are sort of gone because I like my puffs to be quite fluffy on the top. So do this. Okay, so now I've gotten to this point. What I like to do is to actually have my sides and my edges sort of slicked down so that it emphasizes my puff at the top. So what I do is I take my zesty lemon, my daily spritz, and I sort of smooth down the edges and then spray all around. Don't forget to include the back. And sometimes I just put a bit more onto my hands just to add a bit more wetness. So what this does is it helps the hair sort of soften. And it preps it for me to brush it down a bit and to put gel. I can feel on this side it hasn't gotten enough wetness, so I'm just going to add a bit in my hair as well. So work that in. And so make sure that before the spray completely dries, you use gel. I use Organic Root Simulator Lock and Twist Gel. I put it onto my hands and then smooth it onto my hairline. All around. I don't use a lot, maybe about that much per application. Slick down my edges. And just to help it get a bit more of a neater look, I usually use my toothbrush or this brush that I got from Clicks for about maybe less than 30 rand. And I'm gonna use this today. I bought this when my hair started getting a bit longer because the toothbrush can only brush so much hair at the same time. So if you're doing small bits or if your hair is a bit shorter, you can definitely use a toothbrush. I still use a toothbrush if I want to just tidy up my edges a bit. Okay, so make sure that before the hair completely dries, this is when you tie it. So I use this. This is from an old pair of tights. Once they got holey, I just cut them. So this is almost about half an arm or maybe a whole arm's length. So I use this and I start at the front of my hair and I tie it at the back. So only do one knot because now I'm going to start sliding it up my head. And as I push forward, I go to the back and also push at the back as well whilst tightening the knot. So I tie this, we'll push it back and start tightening. So now this is up to you how far up you want your puff, how far up your puff actually is able to go. The shorter the hair you have, the less further up you can go. So now I think I'm going to be happy with that length. So now I do a double knot. fluff a little, pull it out a bit. Okay, so now it looks like this. And now what I'm going to do is use the same scarf that I use to wrap my hair at night. You could use a silk or satin scarf. And what I like about this is that it's quite wide. So I can fold it into half, and then I put that at the base of my head and make sure that the part that I want flattened, this whole area, is tied. So I tie that. As tight as I can. And I'm going to be leaving this on for at least 10 minutes whilst I do my makeup. So sometimes if I'm running late for work, I'll keep this on whilst I'm in the car and then take it off right before I get out of the car, just so that it's had time to sort of flatten. So I just smooth it down. So I'm not sure if you can see the back. Just tied it round. Okay, so now, whilst it's getting a bit more flat, I'm just gonna go and do my makeup and finish getting dressed up. Okay, so now I've finished dressing and getting my makeup done. So it's been about almost, say, 8 minutes or so. So I'm in a bit of a rush today, so it should be fine. So what I do is just sort of make sure that I've smoothed it out, flattened it. And so now I untie the scarf and do one final tug and then remove the scarf. So now you can see my hair is flattened. And what I've done is I've just sort of tucked in the tights and tucked it into like the sort of sides of the rest of the tights, and then sort of fluffed my hair out to sort of cover it up a bit. So the more hair you have and the more stretched it is, the more you can cover it up. So I'm just going to neaten it a bit. And that's it. That's a puff. So now you can do whatever you want. You can keep it as is. You can add a hair flower. You can maybe add a scarf or something just to decorate it a little. But otherwise, this is a simple, basic puff that you can work from. And that's it. Okay, thanks for watching.